Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Surplus Bunker. Today, we're taking a look at a number of different items for you to buy for the gun person in your life. This is meant to be a guide and a tutorial for those who are buying for gun people. So, if you're a gun person watching this and you feel like the person shopping for you might not know what you want, maybe they're overwhelmed, you can always send this to them as well. So let's go ahead and jump into the items that your gun person likely would love and things that would feel thoughtful for them. So let's go ahead and start with the lowest barrier to entry item, tactical patches. We love tactical patches, especially if it's related to something that we love, either historic flags, maybe a specific type of fandom, maybe a moment or a unit in history, a historic military unit. We love patches. You can typically pick them up for between $5 and $30, and we love that kind of stuff. Next up, knives. Now, this is one where we get very particular as well. A lot of gun people are also very brand-oriented. We like certain brands more than others. Tops is one of my personal favorites, but if you're looking for one that's maybe a little more entry-level as far as pricing, something like a Gerber or Kershaw, especially if your significant other carries that brand, make sure they just don't already have that knife, unless maybe that current knife is really, really beat up, and maybe they would love a new version of that. So do a little digging, poking around, find the brand that they love and carry. Maybe there's a brand that they haven't experienced yet, that they're interested in, but they just haven't felt that it was worth spending the money on it quite yet. It can be a very thoughtful gift, and it's a nice way to keep the memory of someone with you all the time. It's a very personal thing, knives. Next up, Multitools. This will require, again, a little bit of due diligence to figure out what brand that person loves. But ones that have certain firearm-specific tools, we love those as well. This is a Gerber, and this is something that I often bring with me to the range, and it's always part of my kit. And they are infinitely useful when you're out in the field or camping. Next up, tactical watches. We love tactical watches, especially if it has a compass. Maybe it's capable of determining the altitude. Additional features above and beyond a normal digital wristwatch. G-Shock also makes some good options. That's a Suntoe, and it's a little bit more expensive. Recently, they've climbed in price like everything else. And what you heard clanging to the right of me here is the ultimate stocking stuffer, UGETube compliant magazines. People love mags. Rifle mags in particular are generally going to be more affordable, be it AR-10 or AR-15 magazines. We love these. So if the gun person in your life has an AR-15, I would encourage you to figure out what their mag preference is. Maybe they don't have one. I personally don't, but the safest bet I would submit is probably P mags, made by Magpul. These are available for between $9 and $15 on average. We love P mags. Lancer is another magazine that's also a great magazine, and it's something else to look into as well. They have a number of different colors, but I would say PMag is generally going to be the way to go. I would avoid brands like ProMag if you see them come up. They're okay. They're not the most dependable, reliable. If you want a true, good quality magazine that they'll appreciate, Magpul. Up next, flashlights. We love flashlights. But again, you got to be careful with what brand you go with, because guys are very specific about flashlights. And a lot of that is informed often by negative experiences with certain brands. I personally love Streamlight, but I've had some issues with switches and things over the years. So something to be aware of. You start to get in more premium territory when you move beyond Streamlight. I'd consider Streamlight to kind of be that like entry-level mid-tier light that's still good. Then you get into the Surefires where you're looking at the mid-200s, $300 plus. So that's just something to be aware of. Streamlights are usually great little pocket lights. They do make some weapon lights as well that are also very, very good. But again, do your research. Your gun person may not love Streamlight. The other big ticket item to potentially look at, if your gun person shoots regularly, if you want to help protect their hearing into the future, a good quality set of ear protection, either by Peltor, MSA, Safariland. Do your due diligence. They would love something like this. You can find occasional sales on these, but they're going to be a more big ticket item as well. And last but not least, if you are completely overwhelmed still, maybe they already have a lot of the things that we just covered and you feel they don't need any more of it, figure out what retailer your loved one likes to shop at the most for their gun-related accessories. They would deeply, deeply appreciate a gift certificate to go towards the next thing that they want to buy. And I know that seems kind of impersonal, but trust me, they will appreciate it a lot more than you going out and buying a $60 optic that they don't love, or aluminum GI mags when they're a PMag guy, or you go out and buy the wrong knife and they're never going to carry it. But again, they're not going to say anything because they don't want to offend you. Gift certificates, we love them. Just figure out where they've been shopping from. It shouldn't be too hard. Or you can just ask them, wait, where do you normally go for your firearm accessories, right? We usually have 1 or 2 spots. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this gives you some good guidance on what you should look into for your loved one. Make sure to check the comments below because there's going to be some more people chiming in about good gifts they've received, some not so good gifts, and some other possible recommendations. Thanks for watching. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Have a safe and healthy, Happy New Year.